Oh man, I had such a great time writing this song. It brought me back to my days of writing for the project Hot Honey, where we'd have such a good time, us gals sitting down and coming up with these sassy lyrics and kind of rolling a story into song. And a lot of it was about standing up for the woman, and it could be standing up for anybody, genderless. But in our society, a lot of times women have been kind of dumbed down or put in place by a man. So I had an experience that kind of felt like that this week, talking with a man from the industry. He's from Texas, but he's living here now. And as it unraveled, I started to see his true colors and felt like I was kind of, he was trying to bully me with his expertise, his experience, with saying, oh, we're on the same playing field, I respect you, but in the end, I wasn't respected. And you know that when it gets to a point in a conversation where somebody starts dropping all of their credentials to try to one-up and challenging the smaller person. How many followers do you have? How many people showed up at your gig? I have a record label with so-and-so. That's when you start to really see, okay, I'm not going to play this game with you, and you're insecure about something, and I'm out. So, and by the way, don't tell anybody about this experience. So I'm not going to name names, that's not what I do, but I'm certainly entitled to write a song in response. And I did. Now, how I fleshed out this song was using the stereotype of, the rivalry between states, between New Mexico and Texas. There's just, endless things that people say. I'm sure Texas has their things about New Mexico too. So it's just meant to be funny, just to play on words. Do I believe in all the stereotypes, or am I judging people in general? Of course not. This is just, that's kind of where the well of words came from. And then ultimately it led to being, turned out to be a love song for New Mexico, for living here, for being an artist here. It's so refreshing to be here, and it's the reason that I stay, and I know it's the reason a lot of you stay. There is something so special about living here, the values that we have as people, the way that we're not climbing ladders and showing off shiny objects of success for our ego. It just doesn't exist here because we have nothing to prove. We're living in this dusty, dirty place without a lot of resources, relying on each other and making art in the meantime, and honoring our culture and our history. It's a really beautiful, simple life, and we're just not impressed by people trying to impress. And I really appreciate that so much, and it's made me really feel at home as a musician, especially when I was starting out. And I know other starting out musicians still feel that way here. They feel welcome, even by some of the famous people here, and there's a lot of them. People take people under their wings and don't treat them as any better or less. And I really appreciate that. There's endless things I appreciate about New Mexico. I'm going to sing about a few of them here. Here is New Mexico True. Big dogs flying in on a plane to play a show, like the big dogs do. And you could get me in on it, and boy, it could be so cool. You're new to town and you love it here, with your house in the hills and money to spare. You're here to build community. I'm gonna start with a girl like me. You call me up, mansplaining away everything I already knew. That in Texas everything is big time. It's all about who knows who. What can I do for you? You ask again, what can I do for you? Don't you know by now that ain't how we roll here? No, honey, that's not what we do. We value sunshine on our backs, neighbors at our door, low riders in the street, and so much more. We got chili red in sky so blue, and bundles of sage for the likes of you. In Texas, you do as you do, but don't mess with New Mexico True. True colors ain't got nowhere to hide when you're living at this altitude. I can smell a skunk at night. Yes, guess I'm a woman, I ain't no fool. You say I should know who I'm messing with, but honey, I ain't scared of you. Maybe you should know just a little bit about this place that you stepped into. We value sunshine on our backs, neighbors at our door, low riders in the street, and so much more. We've got chili red and skies so blue, and bundles of sage to handle guys like you. In Texas, you can do as you do, but don't mess with New Mexico true. You're so famous you can do what you do. We ain't no fan of pretty boys like you. We're all the same, we don't care who's who. Got songs to sing and nothing to prove. In Texas, you might be pretty cool, but you sure ain't New Mexico true. Value sunshine on the backs, neighbors at our door, no riders in the street, and so much more. We've got chili red and skies so blue, and plenty of sage to handle guys like you. In Texas, you do what you do, but don't mess with New Mexico true. Yeah, in Texas, you might be cool, but you sure ain't